What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new. I'm Sylvan, and today I am going to be reacting to all of the Zenless Zone Zero character teasers. Less than an hour before I start recording this, the Grace teaser released, so I thought, what a better time to do it than now. So just gonna go right through all of them. There's not too many, so just gonna get started.
We only took what you took! You really don't need to treat it so seriously! They're here.
You see those little thugs? Go! Take them down!
I gotta say, Billy's teaser is sort of a perfect
People on the streets
opening
often say
to
the
all
kind
of
of life
these.
we live comes with a price. Seems like today, it's my turn to pay it.
I love how serious he is
Now buckle
here,
up.
playing it
'Cause the story
cool,
of my life is a real roller coaster.
as if he's just a total
Where do I even
badass.
begin?
I
I'm Billy.
love,
I'm a battle android.
absolutely
Although a more
just love
accurate
the
description
whole
would be intelligent tactical unit with
cinematic
firepower-based
thing
area
of
suppression capabilities.
following
I
the
was made
bullets in
using
slow-mo.
lost technology.
Super cool.
Lost technology? That's a good one. More like high maintenance costs. That's what our boss would say. But I think it makes me sound cooler, like a pro. Oh, my current boss is Nicole. Yep, the one with pink hair, hitting people with her suitcase.
Now, if I recall, this I think was one of the
Nicole
first
wasn't
times
always
we
my
really
boss.
got to,
According
in
to my memory
trailers,
bank,
see
I
the
used to live
English
in New
voice acting.
Eridu's outer
Because
ring,
for a little bit there, it was just
serving a
the
man with
Chinese or
lofty
Japanese.
ambitions. He bought me from a group of
I'm
drifters,
really interested with
named me Billy,
this,
and gave me a mission.
like Billy's old
I'm not
owner
bragging. I was infamous
boss
back
or
then.
whatever.
Some thugs would cower in fear upon hearing my name. Thinking back, oh, look at her go. That's Anby. She's my coworker too. Yeah, she knows how to swing a sword. Huh? Wait, the bullet's already reached her. I
And
haven't
now
finished my story
the
yet.
whole
I was supposed to stick to the
just
outer ring, but
vibe
something
of
went
him
down and
being
my first
cool
home fell
begins
apart.
to fall
So I ended up
apart.
an aimless combat weapon once again. I had a long talk with the people who were following my boss, and in the end they decided to let me go. Then, whoa! Hey, Bullet, could you slow down a sec? I'm wrapping
I
up
love how
here.
utterly
Where was
chaotic
I?
all of this is.
Oh, freedom. Yeah, so I had a taste of freedom, went on a journey alone. With 2 guns from a friend, I made New Eridu my fresh home. Amidst the chaos and strife, people needed someone who cares. Then, by a weird twist of fate, I hooked up with the Cunning Hares. I had no idea the ending would be so fast-paced, but no time for regrets now. If it helps me get out of this alive, I swear not to watch Starlight Night again!
That's a fucking lie.
What? I didn't know you're such lousy shots! I take my promise back. I can't wait to watch Starlight Night!
Yeah. Yeah. Really solid opening. I really love this because this was pretty much outside of the more general trailers, the first look we had at the characters, which worked so well in my mind. So just gonna click through this a little bit. Already acknowledged how much I love the general vibe of this. Love the bullet being just followed in slow-mo. There's a lot of interesting little, like, lore details here about Billy that I'm very interested to learn more about. I also just love, as I mentioned, the utter chaos that is happening here, with just all the fighting breaking out all of a sudden. I'm really interested in this. Whoever this guy is. I really hope that there's stuff related to that we can learn. Maybe they're still alive. Maybe they'll end up being a character. That would be really fucking cool. But who knows? Either way, you can very much see here the expressiveness of the art and animation that would be seen in the game for the more comic style cutscenes. Moving on here, some just random bang boo. I love that there's just a random dude recording for whatever reason. It's just real fun to me. And then there's a car coming through a wall, which I have some questions about. Like, did it go through the wall behind this one on the other side of this building? Or was it inside? Or did it come from outside into this wall? Actually, looking at it, yeah, well, I don't fucking know. Either way, a car's going through a wall. And this guy is just freaked the hell out. I find it interesting here that the bullet sort of skids against this falling barrel. Like that. And because, realistically speaking, that shot was probably dead on Billy. But because of all the chaos that ensued, that barrel falling over, causing the bullet to just sort of skid against it, probably just caused it to go just off. Which is probably the reason that Billy wasn't fucking shot. Which is just a fun little detail that isn't really ever acknowledged. And I really like how it sort of goes comic panel with this, of just separating out into 3 shots. And then we get here, and then it misses, and he just freaks out and immediately goes back on his promise, which I love. And then we get a little bit of his music. It's good, I like it. Very straightforward, get some little lore tidbits. It's honestly perfect for a beginning. But with that, I'll move on to the next one. Alright, now we have Anby's character teaser. I love how that opens.
7 seconds. In about 7 seconds, I'm going to fall into that black mass. That's a hollow. These disasters
This one
are
is
happening
very
around the
interesting,
world.
because it is immediately a
Whenever
very
possible,
different vibe.
you should stay away from them. Me? I can enter them without issue. Because
I'm not as big a fan of this one as I
it all
am
started
Billy's,
a few days
but
ago.
I do like it still.
I was enjoying my lunch while waiting for instructions from my employer, the odd job agency, Cutting Hairs. This is Nicole, leader of the Cutting
I love how
Hairs,
expressive it is.
and
It's
my
so
superior.
good.
Under her leadership, the Cutting Hairs have prospered.
I love this narrative style of
We need a well-paid
just the utter
job, or
contradiction.
The Cutting Hairs are gonna go bankrupt!
Take it easy, Nicole. It's hardly the first time. You should be used to it.
Oh,
This
God.
man, correction, android, is Billy.
One thing I
He's
find
also a
very
member of the
interesting as a
Cutting
bit of a
Hairs,
through line
and my colleague.
alongside
He's agile
her
and
character
reliable in a
demo
fight.
is that
Stop talking nonsense, Billy.
Anby's character,
that I'm not a good leader?
like,
The
demos
Cutting
and
Hairs
teasers,
have high operating
have a
costs.
lot of focus on other
I'm
people
feeding you
because she is not
Here.
nearly as
I went through a lot of trouble to get you this commission.
just
Recover the strong
upfront and
fox,
chaotic
and
and
my client will pay you enough to
charismatic
keep
as the
Cutting Hairs
others.
in business.
Which is just an interesting thing I was
Deal?
noticing.
Wait a minute. That's easy for you to say. But that thing's in Red Fang Gang's hands. They're nuts and they don't mess around.
It's your choice.
Something else I didn't pick up on when I
I'm not
first
the one
saw
about
this,
to go
but now that I've
bankrupt.
played the game a bit, I
You know how
find
to
really
contact
interesting
me
is
if you change your
this
mind.
is literally just right before the start of the game, with the beginning bit
Nicole is an
being
experienced
just
leader
actually part
who
of the start of
rarely
the
makes
game,
rash decisions.
which is sort of interesting.
We've got a strong box to steal. This is one of those rare times.
Get them!
Those Red Fang
The
Gang's
entire
on
style
our
of this
tail.
is just crazy. But one thing I will admit about it
Don't let
is
them get away.
it has so much more dynamic
We've already been going that fast.
stuff going on than Billy's did.
Cut them off at the next corner. Go, go, go!
End of the road!
Tell that to my friend. I've got it, Nicole. Good job! Head for that building ahead as planned.
Awesome! We actually did it!
Everything is going smoothly.
Once again, I really like this sort of
The Red Fang
partitioned
Gang
comic
are
style.
nothing compared to my plan. Right. Another win for the Cutting Hairs. Or it should have been.
It's cool how they
In about
just
7
sort of cut
seconds,
out what
I'm going to
actually
fall
in the
into that
game ends
black
up
mass.
happening.
That's a hollow.
I find it a bit odd that
These
they just
disasters
repeat
are
this
happening
bit,
around the
but
world. Whenever possible,
It works.
you should stay away from them. Me? I can enter them without issue. Because I'm a member of the Cutting Hairs, an expert in dealing with all hollow-related matters. Anby, Damara.
yeah. Real fun. I really like this one as well. just doesn't hit as hard for me as Billy's. Might just be character difference, but, you know, either way, just to click through it a little bit. I absolutely love Billy's posture as he falls, and how you can hear his screams slow down as it comes to the slow-mo. Just a real fun detail. Really cool, actually, for this to be just a direct canon thing that happened that is directly tied into the story. This is basically a bit of a prologue, which I find fun. Once again, the focus on the other people of the Cunning Hares more than her at certain points. Just an interesting detail. I'm curious about who this person is, because it is a question of who wants the strong box, or what was in it. And yeah, I'm very curious to learn more about that. I called it out earlier. I love the sort of contradictory narrative style of, like, Anby's narration saying things about Nicole being, like, a good leader who has done all these great things for the Cunning Hares, and then her being like, we're about to go bankrupt, god damn it. Super fun. And there's a moment here where it seems like it's going for another one of those punchlines of being like, Nicole's an experienced leader who rarely makes rash decisions, and then jumps into her making a rash decision. But then it does actually acknowledge it by saying this is one of those rare times. Which I find just sort of a fun little switcheroo of, you still get the punchline, but then it acknowledges itself. And then we get this little fight scene here, which is pretty straightforward, pretty fun. And then we get back to where it all started. She repeats her words, and then she gives her reasoning, which doesn't really, like, hit me hard in any way. But, you know, yeah, it makes sense. She is experienced in doing this kind of thing. Either way, I'll move on to the next one because I don't really have too much more to say about this. Okay, now we have Nicole's character teaser. Gonna get into it. This one I actually like quite a bit. Ever since I picked up my
first coin, I've liked Denny's.
It's
that round
a
piece
really
of metal,
different
shinier
style from
than
the
a
other
mirror.
two. Like,
It's weighed in
the
my
other two
hand,
were different
so
from each other,
reassuring.
but still were
It was one of the few nice things we ever
about
got to have at the
the same
orphanage.
kind of
So I
thing,
immediately
of just like a
went
little
to show
snippet
it
of
to my
the
best
character.
friend. We
But
kept her in the innermost room.
this one is
She had
just
accidentally
straight up
gotten
some
lost in a
backstory,
hollow
like
once, and
heartwarming,
unfortunately, she was afflicted with
heartwarming
terminal
backstory,
ether
my
corruption.
words.
Sir, may I go outside?
Also just fucking depressing.
Of course. I'll find a way to get a protective suit for you.
You're kidding. That would be super expensive. I just wanna see the sun one last time.
God.
As a friend, how could I ignore that? Was money for this suit all we needed to allow her wish to come true? She'd really be able to see the sun again? I rallied all
I
the
also
kids from
really
the
like
orphanage
the
I
music
could
here.
to help me collect Denny's. From one
This does
sweet
such a
corner
great
to
job
another,
of setting up her
scavenging among
character.
houses. We set out at dawn and worked until the evening glow. Despite our hard work, all we managed to gather was barely enough to fill my little bag.
Nicole, let's just forget it.
What are you talking about? We can't give up now. Keep going.
But it's impossible. How do you expect us to get enough money just by picking it up on the streets?
Besides, the sun's about to set. Getting more money won't stop it.
Of course I knew what little we had wasn't enough to buy even a piece of that soup. But luckily, I've always been a clever little kid. You're right.
So, should we go back? Or should still be a friend has to say goodbye?
Hold on. We can't afford a protective suit, but we can still buy that. That round piece of metal, shinier
God.
than a mirror.
This is easily like the most heartwarming piece of content that Zenless has done so far.
Because of it, I
Which is
made
really
my best
interesting
friend's
that
wish
it's connected
come
to
true.
Nicole.
This was when I fell in love with Denny's. They can even let you buy hope.
Such a riveting story.
And then we cut to the
Nicole,
present.
Cunning Hares. I knew the rumors weren't true. They were saying you're a cold-hearted cheapskate.
Oh? So we have an understanding?
Of course. This story is proof you're a compassionate and honorable individual. I appreciate your understanding in regard to the overdue commission fee. We'll make up for it with the next payment.
Tisk tisk. You didn't get it after all. The moral of the story is, pony up the cash, or my childhood friend's gonna be meeting you real soon.
God, it's so
Considering
good.
your willingness to cooperate, we'll settle for the interest for now. Anby, Billy, we're done here.
And then we get a little bit of her music here.
Let me see how much. Oh, you're worth.
God. Yeah, no, I like this one a lot. It's really fun and just in a very different way. It's really heartwarming. It's just great. Gonna click through it a bit. Like I mentioned briefly, it does a really good job of showing off her character. I'd say better than either of the others, because it immediately is talking about her love of money. It immediately shows how compassionate she is. She hears that they need money to be able to fulfill the last wish of a dying kid, a friend of hers, and she's like, okay, gonna get that money. And it's not that she goes out to try to get the money, she rounds up all the kids just to get them all to work together to try and make something work, to get it the money they need. She is crafty, resourceful. And then when it comes down to it and she realizes she's not going to be able to do it, she doesn't just give up. She's crafty, she's creative, she figures out something to do. She sort of cheeses things to get a technicality in there of, okay, if we can't get the kid to the sun, bring the sun to the kid. Use the reflective power of a little piece of metal money to achieve that dream. Great little thing. Also just very much like a kid thing to think of, like a clever kid thing, which I just like. It's just really cool and nice, but great character as well. Then we go to the present, where we get the other side of things. The way she presents herself, of, as this guy says, a cold-hearted cheapskate. Which, to most people, yeah, that's what she is. But to those she cares about, she is a very caring person. For those who are close to her, she is willing to sacrifice and work hard to help them and do anything she can for them. We see that in this with her childhood friend. We see that in the story early on when she won't sell out the siblings. It's just a really cool, consistent thing about her character is she is this cold-hearted cheapskate, as he describes, who's willing to even use a heartwarming childhood story about her dying childhood friend, like, to tell it to someone who owes her money, and then use that to be like, so you better pay me, or else you're going to see my dead kid friend. And it's like, Jesus. It's just that great thing of, she is ruthless when it comes to business. Not saying she's good at it, but she's ruthless. Unless it's for the people she cares about. And between this and a lot of the bits of the story, that comes through amazingly. Other than that, I don't really have too much more to say, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Now, next we have the Nekomata character teaser. This is where we're beginning to get closer to the actual release of the game. I believe this was released around the time that the final beta was coming up. Once again, this is a bit of backstory, which is cool. I like it. I like how much of these are like just actual legit backstory.
They respond with the same detached nonchalance.
You think you're tough, don't you, kitty? Looking for trouble here?
Chill, man. She wasn't in our way.
The vibe of this one is
Always
fun.
whimsical, ever capricious.
You again? What you doing up there? You're gonna
Maybe you beat us before, but this is Red Fang Gang's turf. Watch yourself.
Well, whoever thinks all that.
I love the
They don't know
dog being
anything
there
about
with
cats,
them.
really. Cats don't want to be anyone's toys. What we want is an equal relationship, like that of friends. Only when we think you're worthy will we get close.
Yeah,
Oh, hey,
sure, friends.
It's Nekomata and the gang. Thanks so much. This is a huge help.
The next recipient is on the next street. Keep pushing!
Dude, I am pushing. I'm beat.
Great job, Nekomata. With you around, he won't slack off.
No, cats aren't indifferent.
I love
We just
just
have a
the sort of
pet unit
playful
of our
vibe
own.
here.
To hear the Red Fang Gang, they...
So they also went down the wrong path.
Hey, What are you trying to say? I'm gonna tell you this one last time, okay? Direct order from Silver. No one is allowed to mess
I also
around in the
like how
warehouse
much this
except for the
ties
guards.
into the actual story as well.
Please, let us go.
Shut it! Be quiet!
I also like
So,
how this starts
the
very
rumors are
jovial,
true.
but then turns more serious here.
The Red Fang Gang is now kidnapping people for ransom. Sullying your reputation. Betraying the people's trust and the promises you made. And you don't even give a damn?
Stay out of this, Nekomata. Seriously, boss might like you, but that don't mean you can just ignore orders. Don't make this difficult for me.
Okay. Just let me feed these kids. One last time.
What are you doing?
Told you. I'm just feeding the cats.
God. And then it gets real goofy here again, as you can see.
Hurry! Run!
Nekomata! When Silver finds out about what you've done, you're gonna regret this!
Whatever. I doubt I'll ever see him again. Actually, I doubt I'll see any of you Red Fang Gang guys again.
Remember, we took you in when you were just a stray!
Didn't I just tell you? We cats have our own pride. I'm not Red Fang Gang's pawn. I no longer approve of the things you do anymore. So, maybe we'll run into each other if you find the right path. Toodles!
Get back here! Get these filthy animals off me! Hey! Hey! Nekomata!
I won't finish last.
Yeah, no, this one's really interesting. It very much in the same way as the Anby teaser is a bit of a prologue for at least her character, because a lot of these things are acknowledged and picked up on in the story, like the fact that she got taken in by the Red Fang Gang. Merely this paints it more as she led them, but still. I like how it started as this weird sort of confrontational relationship, but then very quickly turns into them all being buds and friends and messing with each other and stuff. Then it goes to night and it grows more serious. Yeah, it's interesting here, and the acknowledgements of Silver, more specifically, it's sort of surprising how much influence Silver as a character has on the early story, despite being a character that in the first hour of the game is turned into an ethereal. It's interesting. And then her way of dealing with things is just really silly, but then she is actually helping people. Once again, this shows her character really well of she is a cat girl, she is very mischievous and all that kind of stuff, plays by her own rules a lot of the ways, but she is a deeply caring person who does want to help people, as we can see here, as though she plays it off as if it isn't that big a deal for her to abandon the Red Fang Gang. Based on the story, it's very clear that her time with them was very important to her, and for that to be something that she's willing to just sort of throw away to save people is a very interesting, just sort of clear characterization. In rewatching some of these, realizing is just how well they do characterization, almost retroactively as well, because there's pieces of this that make a lot more sense and hit a little harder for me, knowing more about the character and knowing what this means for them. Which, I don't know, I like it. I like when things have rewatchability. I will say this guy's voice acting is a bit silly to me, but it works. Don't really have too much more to say about it, though. So, gonna move on to the next one. Next up, we have Koleda's character teaser. This is the last one that I have actually seen. I was holding off on Ellen's for when I eventually got around to recording this video, and of course the Grace one just came out. I find it interesting that Koleda's the one who got a teaser next, as we went through all the Cunning Hairs, and then it's Koleda. She doesn't have a character demo, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll go through them all, given that Grace just got one. Either way, let's just get started. This one's just really fun. As far as I know, it doesn't have nearly as much sort of lore importance
like,
as...
You're right. I gotta work even harder. Then he just
Nekomata's or
and
Anby's,
bolted to the front.
but
That place was
it's still really
crawling with
fun
ethereals,
and does a
and
good
Arthur
job
didn't
of
even
showing
bat an
character.
eye.
Hey, anyone sitting here?
Nah, go ahead.
Thanks.
I only found out later this dude's some
I like-
big shot at Bellabong.
I like
so
the
I'm
emphasis
telling out
on
my
her
future
hammer.
Here, take a drink.
Thanks, man.
I like how it doesn't
I got
fully
my
show
win back.
her here
Hey,
for a
you
while.
new here too? Got some wild stories to share with everyone?
Wild stories?
We're telling each other all the crazy stuff we've experienced at work. We're a company specializing in in-hollow construction, after all. All right. You're probably too young to have too many tall tales.
I've got plenty.
I like how much they underestimate her.
Like, about a year ago, I was in a construction accident. We were supporting a defense force
I
fortification.
like the Grace cameo.
And we accidentally fell into a hollow
need to use a different anti-corruption coating. Huh? Sweepy?
Many of us fell into different places in the hollow. I kept falling and falling, and I realized I was in an unfinished building, and at the bottom was a pool of wet cement. If I fell in, I knew I'd be done for. So I immediately got on top of my hammer and I went cement surfing instead.
It's so goofy.
Seriously? Duh. So I'm surfing around and found some trapped
I also
coworkers.
like the vibe that this is just a
Probably
story
also
she's
fell in
telling.
when the space in the hollow shifted.
I'm here!
You know, I like that all of the Bellabong characters get their cameos in here.
Is that a person?
Yep.
Right ahead!
Looks like one of us.
It's just great to have the characters like actually interact in all of these things. I love how this
Look, I
escalates.
see another person over there. And
It just gets more and more ridiculous.
another one.
I love her strange
Got all my
smile.
coworkers, and we soared across the sea of cement together. We were almost at the edge, then all of a sudden a few ethereals popped out of nowhere and attacked us. Luckily, I'm short. I mean, smart and fast. I immediately dodged, but my hammer was going too fast. We just couldn't stop, and we all went flying into another fissure. And guess where we ended up in the end? We got back to the construction site! The one we fell from in the beginning! And then, just as we got back, we found a group of gangsters trying to ransack the site. Huh? So we all fought them off together.
I love how the way she tells
Why
it
are
makes
you
it
all so
sound so
quiet?
made up.
Huh? You're a good kid. You really had us going.
Had you going? What do you mean, had you going? It happened!
Attention, high ether activity detected in the area. On-site response, please assemble immediately. I repeat, high ether activity detected in the area. All on-site response team members, please...
There you are, President. Looks like some ethereals managed to get on site. For the sake of security, it's best if we take them out.
President?
Got it.
I love the reveal.
Tell the logistics
And she
team
just
to
goes full
evacuate.
serious.
They can resume work once on-site response handles this.
Understood. I'm on it.
Kid, are you... ma'am, you're the president of Bellabog? You're Koleda Bellabog?
Yeah. Why so nervous? Though, didn't you just say I was making up stories? Want to find out if they're true? Then come on, let's
God,
go!
I love all the bears.
Don't test me and don't try me. Tiny things are known.
I do hope she gets a demo because all of the demos so far have shared music with the ending music to the teasers, as far as I can tell. From the sounds of it, they have like a full bit of song there, so I'd imagine they wouldn't want to just leave that to nothing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a lot of the other 5-star standard characters to have demos, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just hoping. Either way, this is a real fun one. Once again, does character real well. Shows that she's real casual with her people. She offers water, she sits and has lunch with just random workers. She, when they ask about a story, acting as if she's some kid, she doesn't really worry about it too much and just tells a story. And of course, it is a very absurd story, I love how just more and more people end up stacking on top, and she's having a great time, but eventually she's just like, this is a bit much. I don't know. And then ethereals pop up. I like how she almost acknowledges how short she is, but clearly that's a sticking point for her. So she's like, oh, well, no, I'm smart and fast, and I dodged. It's not because they swung too high and I'm short. But then they all go flying into a fissure, end up back, and I love how they end it with her just going, and then we all fought them and we won. And just in the most not believable way possible. I just love it from a storytelling visual standpoint. And then they just crack up because to them, clearly it's a just dumb story that was made up. And she doesn't get, like, legitimately annoyed, but she's sort of like, come on. And then some shit goes down. Ben shows up as like, hey, boss, we better get going. And then they're like, wait, what? It's just a fun little reveal. I like, actually, quite a bit the way that she actually gets a bit serious and gives legitimate orders, that kind of thing. I really actually like this shot of her with basically her muscle all around her. Just real fun. And yeah, no, it's a good one. I like it. Anyways, with that, I'm going to move on to Ellen's. Alright, now we have Ellen's character teaser. This one I have not seen yet, so this is a first-time reaction. Oh, starting with her waking up. Oh, she has a hat for her tail? Oh, that is so cute. And she has shark pajamas. Oh, that is way too adorable. I love her lock screen.
Ellen, you have to join the track team this semester.
Yeah, didn't you break the school's record for the relay race in last year's sports meet?
But that's too sweaty. I can go watch when it's on, though.
I love what is
the drama club now?
Oh my god.
We're doing the musical The Maid of the Sea, and there's a role that would be perfect for you.
Oh my god, I love
Musical.
how dead her eyes were.
Singing in front of people. No thanks. Any jellyfish with no lines?
Hey! The guys next door have been keeping low-key lately. You did something, right?
Not me.
Yeah, right. Just join the fight club already.
Please, have mercy.
Oh, I love how just mellow
Popular
she
as
is.
always, Ellen. Oh yeah, so there's this new restaurant. You want to study there after school?
Studying on the first day back. That's not like you.
Ellen! All right, we're gonna gossip.
I can't today.
Why not?
She's got work.
Hey, Master, here's your heavenly blue heart bubble burst drink. The protection target's at table 7? Got it.
Interesting. Huh.
Good afternoon, Master. Here's your order. Would you like a touch of magic to enhance the flavor?
No thanks. I'm just waiting.
Have a great day, Master.
Ooh, her music coming in.
Bringing you lots of love.
I love how just done she is.
Oh, carefully. He's somewhere around here. I'll check over there.
What are they doing?
Over there! Don't let him get away.
1,
Over by the
2,
staff corridor.
3,
Oh, that's fun.
4, 5.
Wait.
6. I could have been out studying with my friends today.
I love them using the instrumental of the song.
What's this maid doing here? Move aside. Enough talk.
So, you're the ones responsible for my overtime.
Ooh. Oh, that's fun. I actually really like that. I need them to release the song. I have played her demo on loop way too many times just to hear the song. I need them to release. Anyways, going through this again. The beginning is super fucking cute. I love every piece of this. Her in fucking shark pajamas and having a fucking sleeping cat for her tail. Way too cute. Oh boy. Yeah, and then back to school, probably on just some kind of break. I absolutely love
to join the track team this
her
semester.
vibe.
Yeah, didn't you break the school's record for the relay race?
I find it interesting how she's like
but
this
that's too
gloomy but
I can go watch when
very
it's on now.
popular kid. This transition is so funny.
Wanna join the drama club then? We're doing the musical The Maid of the Sea, and
Her
there's a
reaction
role that would be perfect
is
for you.
so good, and then the way she just has this forced smile.
Singing in front of people. No thanks. Any jellyfish with no lines?
Hey! The guys next door have been keeping low-key lately.
The fucking
You did
school
something,
fight
right?
club.
Not me.
Yeah, right.
Just join the fight club already. Please, have mercy.
Popular as always, Ellen.
I love her friend group.
Oh yeah. So there's this new restaurant. You want
She's
to study there
so
after
fucking
school?
expressive in this.
Studying on the first day back. That's not like you.
Ellen!
I like you
Alright,
can
we're gonna gossip.
actually also see her vibe change when she's around a friend.
Oh.
Of where around other people she's just just so done with
I can't
everything,
today.
doesn't want to bother with people. But
Why
then
not?
with a friend she's just sort of a little punchy, a little teasing. And then she is annoyed but has
Hey,
work.
Master, here's your heavenly blue heart bubble burst drink.
I love how
The
just
protection target's
dead
at table 7?
her voice
Got it.
is, not even trying. But then she's actually doing a legit job.
Good afternoon, Master. Here's your order. Would you like a touch of magic to enhance the flavor?
No thanks. I'm just waiting.
Have a great day, Master.
I like all of the little secret messaging she gives to help this guy. No clue who this is, but we don't really need to know.
Bringing you lots of love.
I love how she can't even get through that. But she's like gesturing as well.
Over there!
And then with the guy getting away,
Over by the staff corridor.
has work-life balance, which is just perfect for her as a character. And then
I could
she
have been
comes
studying
out.
with my friends today.
Hey, out of the way! What's this maid doing here? Move aside.
I love that despite how gloomy she is,
So,
she does
you're
just
the
want
ones
to hang out with her
responsible
friends.
for my overtime.
She's chic introvert in like the best ways. I love it. Oh, God, that, yeah, no, in this shot, I absolutely love this shot. I love that she almost cuts like the head off of a random guest. Oh God, yeah, this is so good. I love this. It's a slightly different vibe from a lot of the others, but personally I like that because as a character, Ellen is quite a bit of a different vibe from a lot of the others. Being a high school kid who also happens to have a job where she's a fucking fighting maid. It's so wild. But you know, this entire bit here is so perfect. I love her expressions throughout. Like this, her just dead expression here. It's just so good. I love it. There's just a lot of great expressions here. I like how here, once again, her vibe shifts according to the circumstance of how she's just having fun talking to her friend, teasing her, and then she evidently gets a text about like a commission or something, and then she's just like, oh, God damn it. Okay, we gotta deal with this. It's cool. I like Ellen a lot as a character. This does a great job of showing it. I don't really have too much else to say about it, though, other than just gushing over Ellen as a character. So I think I'll move on to the main event of this video. All right, now we have the final one for now. Grace's character teaser came out really recently, just earlier tonight. Let's get into it.
Grace Howard, you are an invaluable member of the Engineering Institute and my most exceptional student.
Oh?
March proudly into the future. Nothing can hold
What
you
are they
back.
doing?
The goal is simple.
Oh.
Based on Uncle Horse's prototype, build a new class
an
of
interesting
construction
name.
carriers that are lighter, easier to mass produce and maintain.
It's a slight deviation from my original major. But my goal is to create a child that's smart, adorable, kind, and strong. Above is the development log for the new in-hollow special purpose industrial machinery by Grace Howard Entry 1. Just put it over there. Good girl. Let's keep pushing forward
This
together.
is a very interesting style.
Great. Basic framework verification complete. Data simulation successful.
This is really
I
different.
am a genius. Main power unit on. Hang in there, kid. Whoops. That was the circuit breaker. Grace Howard. New in-hollow special purpose industrial machinery log. Entry 85.
Huh.
The power unit degradation has been fixed, but the voice command system seems to be a bit glitchy. The command test. Shut down. Huh? Shut down. Whoa, whoa, wait, stop now! Behave! Stop!
Oh.
Is everything okay, sis? How'd you get hurt?
We should change the energy deployment plan.
She doesn't fucking care.
Come here.
Oh, yeah. That hamburger today was really good.
Nobody asked about lunch. And we had chicken.
Be gentle. This is Grace Howard.
Oh my god. Get some sleep, girl.
Special purpose industrial machinery devlog. Entry 163.
Damn.
I seem to have underestimated the difficulty of the logic core's application.
Ooh, I like the overlaying.
Looks
of
like
all
I
of them.
need more specialized knowledge. Seems unlikely. That's it.
Oh,
Or is it?
for sandwich.
Command test. Move forward. New in-hollow special purpose industrial machinery development log, entry 327. The test failed. I think I know why.
Oh, damn.
Log entry 4. The advanced test failed, perhaps due to issues with the command analysis program. Success rate is not up to par. I'm still investigating.
Oh, wow.
No thanks. I'm not hungry. By the way, don't let anyone bother me. Hold on. Hold on. That's it.
Interesting that this is the first time we change camera angle.
Grace Howard, you are an invaluable member of the Engineering Institute and my most exceptional student. March proudly into the future. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing can hold you back.
Grace Howard here. New in-hollow special purpose industrial machinery devlog. Number 1001. I have finally found a way to stabilize the system. It might require ether substance stimulation, which means nothing can hold me back.
Interesting.
Just a little bit more. I'm begging you. Wake up!
Diagnostic complete. I'm a new in-hollow special
Oh.
machine. Smart, adorable, kind, and strong. Excuse me. Can I just be an adorable machine?
Pleased to meet you, little one.
Huh. Interesting. I actually really like this. It's easily the most different of all of the teasers.
Grace Howard, you are an invaluable member of the Engineering Institute and my most
This is
exceptional
really
student.
interesting.
March proudly into the future.
And of course we just have this shot because why not at this point? But
the goal is simple.
Based on
this
Uncle
actually is a
Horse's
really
prototype,
cool way to
build
show
a
her
new
character.
class of construction carriers that are lighter,
I-
easier to mass produce and maintain.
I actually really
it's a
like
slight
this
deviation from my
because
original major.
most of what I've seen
But
from her
my
character
goal is to
between
create a
her
child
demo
that's
and
smart,
the little bits I've
adorable,
seen
kind,
from
and
the
strong.
game,
Above is the
she
development log for the
mostly
new
has been
in-hollow
more like how she
special-purpose
is here,
industrial machinery by
of
Grace Howard, entry 1. Just put it
being
over there.
just
Good
very
girl.
casual,
Let's keep pushing forward
really
together.
being obsessed with machines,
Great. Basic framework
that kind of
verification
thing,
complete.
being
Data
just
simulation
obsessed with them.
successful. I really am a genius.
But really what I wasn't expecting was
Main power unit
how this
on.
progressed.
Hang in there, kid. Whoops. That was the circuit breaker.
Also, this is just a really good way to show character
New in-hollow
between
special purpose
how
industrial
she reacts to
machinery
each
log.
failure. Of like, here she's just like,
Entry
oops,
85.
that was the circuit breaker.
The power
Oh well.
unit degradation
And then she's a little more
has been
serious
fixed,
here.
but
She's
the
trying to
voice
figure some
command
things
system
out.
seems to be
She's
a bit
several in. She's
glitchy.
Working on it, though. She's not perturbed.
The command test. Shut down.
She's being a bit more serious about it.
Shut down.
Things don't work right. She's beginning to freak out a little bit. And then it drops on her. She gets injured.
Is everything
But
okay,
she's
sis?
still just
How'd you get
100% locked in.
We should change the energy deployment plan.
Not letting anything distract her.
Come here.
Oh, yeah. That hamburger today was really good.
I find it very interesting
asked about lunch,
how
and we had chicken.
the president of the company is giving her first aid. This is where she really begins to slip. Like, she's still all in, but she's going a bit down the deep end because she's sleeping here. She's starting to record these while tired. She's probably not getting enough sleep.
Of the logic course application.
We begin to
Looks like
see
I need
all
more
of her different
specialized knowledge.
attempts.
Seems unlikely. That's it.
I absolutely love
Or is it?
how...
Command test.
That's a great transition,
Move
first
forward.
off. But I absolutely love how, for almost all of this, we stay on
New
this
in-hollow
camera
special
angle.
purpose industrial machinery development log entry 327. The test failed.
And then here we begin to see her break down a little
The
bit.
advanced test failed, perhaps due to issues with the command analysis program.
Like, she just
Success rate
is trying
not
to
up
get it
par.
done,
I'm still
but she
investigating.
can't. And it's not fun anymore.
I'm not hungry.
She's
By the way,
denying food.
Don't let anyone bother
She's locking
me.
herself up.
Hold on.
She's getting
Hold on.
reckless.
That's it. Just like that. Damn!
And it doesn't work, and she just sort of breaks.
Grace Howard.
And then she goes back to this recording
Engineering
of
Institute,
her teacher
my most exceptional student.
praising her,
March proudly into the future.
trying to find something to
Nothing
motivate
can
her.
hold you back.
And
Nothing
she
can
finds that
hold you
last
back.
bit. Nothing can hold you back.
back.
And she's already down the deep end, so she takes one
Grace
final
Howard
risk.
here. New in-hollow special purpose industrial machinery devlog.
And
Number 1001.
Koleda's trying to get to her to stop her.
To stabilize the system. It might require ether substance stimulation, which means...
And she's had a breakthrough, but
nothing can hold me back.
she says nothing can hold her
A little
back.
bit more. I'm begging you. Wake up!
And she's lucky that it worked this time. But it's reckless.
Excuse me. Could I just be an adorable machine?
Pleased to meet you, little one.
Yeah. You know, this is actually really interesting. I, after watching this, can't wait to get into the Bellabog storyline as well as her specific commissions, because this paints a picture of a much more reckless person. Someone who can go down these just self-destructive spirals like this, which just adds a lot more to her character for me. I enjoyed her character a lot. Aesthetically, she was like perfect for me before, and I enjoyed her personality, but this actually makes me like her a lot more. I really like how they go about this. Something else I find interesting is we have at the start here, she has some people bring in the initial design, then later on she gets hurt and Koleda's in here, but then after that no one else is ever seen and only one other person is ever heard, which is interesting. Then we have just all of the different tapes of her recording her logs behind. You know, this is actually just really intriguing to me. This is so cool. I love this. Yeah, I don't have too much more to say about it, but there's a couple things more I want to point out. First off, I find it interesting how initially this thing had wheels. Don't really know how that was going to work because there's already tech that's going below the wheels. But evidently she realized that as well, as eventually here she fixes it up to, instead of wheels, have just big mech legs. Oh, alongside the wheels, actually. Interesting. So I guess maybe that was the design in the first place. The other part is, though it's not as obvious here, I find it interesting how we have her mixing up what they had for lunch that day when she then later stops eating, as she obviously ate today, but she's already slipping. She's already sort of losing track of time. Now, things like this are super cute. Also, my god, you're losing so much of your sandwich. Come on, you gotta hold on to that sandwich better. with that, I think I'll leave it there. I really love this one. I also really love Ellen's. I like a lot of them, actually. But those two being the ones I am seeing just for the first time here. So on first viewing, I absolutely love them. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoy these. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.